Hey, what is up everybody, Blaze for here, and today I have for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're actually going to be going over the full character introduction, or the hit of Kazumi Yoshizawa here. We actually have the full-on skill kit. It's been translated by the man Tycon and Red Harv here, and I can't freaking wait. From what I've heard, this character is our implication of Acheron, if you guys have played HSR. And I did get a little bit of a peek see of one of her skills. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna look at the full on little what's it called, video. Then we're gonna check out exactly all the translations for all this stuff. So really do stick around for it, and I'm freaking excited. But all right, without further ado, let's get into it. There she is, man. There she is. Oh, whoops, sorry about the music. As cute as ever, though. Just Violet has an astonishing appetite. It feels like you'll get along well with Closer. That is so freaking true. All right, so now we get to see the new art and stuff. Okay. Looks really nice, actually. All right, now the actual character look. I want to actually see this one here because I want to see all the moves. Character model looking nice. Persona looking clean as usual. Okay. What was that? Okay, that's a skill 1. Okay. Then of course, as I predicted, she had a buff, which of course is the I think that's a dance partner one. So she had a buff, and then a single target skill 3. Ooh, looking clean as usual. Is that the 5-star weapon? Dang, I wouldn't have even noticed it. If that's the 5-star weapon, that's really nice, actually. It fits with her fit. I like that. Of course, we got the passives and stuff. A lot of the awarenesses. I think I'll try to go for A2. I'll try for A2. But anything higher than A2 is pretty much impossible for me right now. Then, of course, the AOA. Looking as nice as ever. Lovely. Is there anything hidden? Hold on. Before we do any of this. Okay, good. There's nothing hidden. I had to make sure. But all right, that actually was really cool. Alrighty, let's go ahead and zoom out here, and we should be able to actually see all the translations. Now, I did read one of them yesterday when this dropped, or at least when what's it called? When I was awake, which was hecka freaking at night, hecka late at night. But this character seems really good. She does a lot of cool stuff here, but one of the things we need to pay attention to is the passive. Now, her A0 is what she really comes with after you get the character here, and her highlight, pretty much, she does not consume any highlight energy, and it can crit. So unlike some other things, her highlight actually is allowed to crit on the enemy here. Well, on any ally's turn, if Violet has greater or equal to 2 stacks of posture, she's then able to enter masquerade mode. Now, masquerade mode is the equivalent of how where you can't naturally build up Acheron's whole thing, right? You have to actually use like EOT stacks, stuff like that, that actually fuels those little ultimate stacks that she has, and eventually she'll be able to go into her ultimate, right? That's somewhat what this is. This is a little bit similar here, but apparently she will be able to use this highlight once. There apparently is a cooldown to it, and at the start of the second turn, after she enters this masquerade type move set here, or a masquerade ultimate, for every 1 stack of posture, she increases her attack and her crit rate. Once, of course, she does all this, it will remove all the posture once the masquerade does end. So pretty much think of her as a game ending highlight here. This highlight is going to be really, really busted. It's going to be really broken. She's able to increase her attack and her crit rate off of it, and you can use it every once in a while, very long time once in a while, so use it wisely. So that's going to be interesting to actually see at A0. Then of course we have the skill 1, Glimmer of Night here. This is a single target blessed move here in which she gains Brave Step. See, I knew they would somehow put Brave Step into her freaking kit, and up to certain amounts of stacks here. This increases damage whenever you use the skill in your turn. So as long as you're using this skill here, you're actually able to increase your damage, which is really, really interesting, by a certain amount of attack. So it's going to be interesting to see how that really goes here. But that was the first skill. Second skill is called Dancing in Hand, which is a buff. This is what gives you the dance partner. Dance partner pretty much just allows you to kind of build up your highlight a little bit faster too. But alongside of this here, you're able to increase the attack for you and your dance partner, while also gaining agile step for 1 whole stack. Now by doing this here, dance partner use of every time they use a skill, it will actually help you out with Glimmer of Help or Glimmer of Night. I don't even know why I said help, on 1 random enemy. Now if the dance partner uses a skill on the enemy, it will then change the main target of Glimmer of Night to that enemy. So you have to be kind of wise with this. So pretty much how this is, right? Let's say of course you put this on one of your teammates, right? Glimmer of Night was our first move here. If you are going to attack with this move, right? You attack with this move, that's already 1 stack. You attack with skill 2, this immediately changes, what is it called? This changes the whole main target of this here. So Glimmer of Night is going to most likely activate again from how the sounds of it. And then what's it called? Whoever your dance partner attacked is the one who's going to get hit with it. So surely do keep that in mind. Be wise about using this. This is going to also be a main stacking move. Now, skill 3, this is where we have, of course, another single target bless move. I'm actually surprised she didn't come with any AoE ones here. But yes, this is her other single target move here, and deals a certain percent of attack less damage to 1 enemy, additionally increasing the damage and crit damage if you're in Masquerade. That's pretty interesting as well. Now where we want to get really into this here is going to be anything below the highlight here. This is where things are going to get really, really interesting here. So for the highlight unlock condition, you have to be in Masquerade. Remember, we have to build up that Masquerade bar later on, so surely do keep that in mind. But it deals a certain percentage of attack plus damage to 1 enemy based on your own posture. This gains a certain effects. So of course, by doing this here, you can either get Brave Step, which each stack increases your highlight damage by a certain percent, or Agile Step, which each one actually increases your highlight crit rate by a certain percent and crit damage by a certain percent. Now, Agile Step is the one that's going to be the better one by the looks of it here, but of course, depending on how many stacks you might have with Brave Step, that actually could be really good as well. Now we have the 5-star weapon, which is Golden Sunrise. Golden Sunrise looks pretty darn cool, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was like one of her original weapons for the most part. And if we go ahead and check it out for this one here, it increases her crit damage, and when you gain posture, it increases the attack by a certain percent for a certain amount of turns up to a certain amount of stacks here. So there's a lot of certain there. But anyways, when other allies use a highlight, she will actually gain 1 stack of Wake by increasing her own damage for a certain amount of turns per stack. When you have 2 stacks of Wake, it actually increases her highlight damage unit. So if you do have this weapon, it seems like this weapon is going to be kind of a mandatory thing, because you're actually going to be providing yourself stacks to do very well, and so do need for your highlights. So that's going to be fairly interesting to see for a lot of people. I would suggest highly to get this weapon most likely, because I'm pretty sure the 4-star weapon might not have these. to actually contribute to more of that highlight damage. So we'll have to see. But with her passive 1 called Faith, for every stack of posture, she increases her bless damage. Pretty awesome. It can be stacked by the looks of it. And then for passive 2, which is Determination, after other allies use a highlight, she actually increases her attack by a certain percent for a certain amount of turn. This kind of, I want to say this actually kind of promotes the use of Core to some extent, because then Core's able to at least provide the highlights quicker. And as everyone's just using their highlights, eventually you're going to get up as a bunch of these stacks for at least Sumire to go ahead, or Kazumi, sorry, to go ahead and actually do more of the damage, all of that big boy damage. So yeah, that's gonna be kind of interesting to see how this goes. Her team is gonna be a very interesting team. I feel like she can work around with multiple characters, but I'm gonna keep on moving here. Checking out the awarenesses. Awareness 1 is Tattered Dress. Extend the duration of dance partner after using dance in hand. Additionally, increases own and dance partner's crit rate. So crit rate increase based on if you have a dance partner. Boom, pretty awesome. Awareness 2, Stage Yearning. This actually increases her attack when you reach a certain amount of stacks of posture, and also increases crit damage when you have a certain amount of stacks of posture. This is what I'm trying to aim for. I feel like these two are the only ones that are kind of worth going for right now, because if I'm being honest, 4, 5, and 3 is nothing. As always, 6 is always going to be the best one, but 3, 4, 5, I think it's skippable. So 3, of course, is just a level up called Fairy Chant. 4 is now when using the highlight, you gain a stack of Veil of Dawn. Consuming this will then consume when taking damage and evaded. So whenever you can actually just go ahead and take damage, or if they evaded, then it's consumed. If it's not, then of course you keep it. Now, this cannot be used against certain skills, and also she increases her highlight damage when she reaches a certain amount of posture. Pretty simple, pretty cool. But the busted one is A6 as usual. A6 here, whenever she manually uses a highlight, she can then additionally use 1 more highlight at the end of her masquerade turn. The damage will be fixed, of course, of the original highlight damage. So yes, you won't be able to deal as much, but it still will be a highlight damage ultimate nonetheless. Now this can be triggered once per masquerade. So if you can somehow get your masquerade back, then you can of course do it again. But it can only be triggered once per masquerade. Think of this as A1 for Yusuke, where he has his double little counter, or at least his double AoE counter. So I found that pretty interesting to see that they have this as our A6, and I feel like it's going to be really, really busted, because I think that she's able to deal colossal damage too. So yeah, kind of interesting. And as always, the AoE art, in which I will be taking that of course, because I do want that for a thumbnail. So we will be taking that. But anyways, you guys let me know how you feel about this character. Are you guys enjoying how they presented her? I think the trailer was really done really, really well as well. And with everything that we've seen, she's going to be a menace. I can tell you that without a doubt. But let me know your opinions down below in the comment section. Until next time, everybody, peace out.